Well, thank you all for coming. It's really lovely that we're here and doing this together in this time where it's so necessary to be doing practices together. And I just thought to kind of delay some imprints, I might read a little bit each time from one of my favorite texts. I found this text years ago. I can't remember where, maybe in Dharamsala. And I've always loved it and was very fortunate by some really strange fluke of karma to receive the lung from Trungpa Rinpoche because it's a Kagi text. And they call it the Genji's Mahamudra, and it's a text that's it's our whole tradition, lineage, the Tibetan lineage of Mahamudra actually comes from this text, from Tilopa to Naropa, and down through our lineages. But so I just thought I'd read you a little bit of it, just for the imprints, because in the end, I know this is a healing practice, a Tara practice, but in the end, it's the whole aim, I think, of all of our practices is the ultimate healing, as Lama Zopa Rinpoche would say. The ultimate healing is enlightenment, when we can go beyond having bodies that are pervaded by imbalances of the winds, imbalances of the elements, and emotional tides that pull us this way and that, and we can actually attain enlightenment. And the point is that with down below all these levels of thoughts and emotions is a very calm mind, the nature of our mind, our Buddha nature. And Mahamudra is the practice that works specifically just resting in the nature of mind, resting in its true nature. And of course, as easy as it sounds, it isn't that easy to calm down our mind. And so all these other practices, such as White Tara, all of our generation stage deity practices are to lead us to that point. So just for the imprints, I thought I would read a little bit, and it starts like this. So this is Tilopa to Naropa, after Naropa has gone through years of trials and tribulations, really incredible hardships. You can read his story there. It's been translated into English, The Life of Naropa. It's quite an amazing story. So Tilopa says, homage to the Vajradakini, so that's homage to Vajrayogini. Although Mahamudra cannot be taught, intelligent and patient Naropa, tolerant of suffering, who is engaged in austerity and is devoted to the Guru, fortunate one, do this with your mind. For example, in space, what is resting on what? In one's mind, Mahamudra, there is nothing to be shown. Rest relaxed in the natural state without attempting to alter anything. If this fetter or bondage of thought is loosened, there is no doubt you will be liberated. For example, it is like looking in the middle of the sky and not seeing anything. In the same way, when your mind looks at your mind, thoughts stop and you attain unsurpassable awakening. So just to qualify that, just having no thoughts is an enlightenment. Having no thoughts is just getting you to the point where we can recognize the dependent arising, moment by moment nature of mind, which I spoke about earlier this morning. So let's just dive into the sadhana. We'll see what happens. Yes. So we can begin by, one more thing. I tend to change a little bit from time to time, and these sessions are recorded. And so if you are wanting to, if you missed the early morning ones, I would like to do a second session, you can go to Land of Joy and follow along the morning session at a later time, if you like to. So let's just start with taking refuge. So the first thing we do is just coming home to our bodies, coming home to our minds, just as they are without really altering anything. Creating that inner space of total acceptance and non-judgment, self-love. We're free to air out whatever is going on in our minds. No suppressing of emotions, not necessarily following after them, just being here. If we bring our awareness into our bodies, it helps to relax the mind. So as you know, we start with the posture and the breathing, feeling the breathing in the belly, making sure our pants are loose, maybe moving the pelvis a little bit to find that sweet spot where you can just let your stomach, your belly hang out, like the Buddha's belly. Feeling the pelvic floor, feeling the sit bones on the cushion. Feeling the legs, the feet. Maybe lengthening the breath somewhat, connecting with a soft breathing that is soothing, allowing the breath to expand the belly, expand the area of the diaphragm, feeling the breath touching the belly, the middle, and then soothes, just moving up through the back, the breast. Letting the breath fill the lungs so that it actually lifts the rib cage and opens the front and opens the back so that the shoulders are somewhat separated. Feeling the shoulder blades just hanging there. Collarbones just resting on the ribs. Feeling the soothing sensation through the neck. Maybe thinking that just touching those muscles in our neck, letting them relax as the chin comes forward. The back of the neck opens up as we notice the inside back of the mouth opening, the sinuses opening, the eyes opening, the third eye. Feeling, imagining the breath goes right up into the brain. With the exhale down the arms and the hands so that the whole body becomes open. As if if you've done yoga, a long yoga session and you're in savasana, lying on the floor, totally relaxed and open. as much as we can, we keep this awareness going on throughout the whole meditation. I often say that it's like if our meditation were a rock and roll band, this is the rhythm section. The drum and the bass players always playing. While the sadhana becomes the melody, the song. Open body, open breath, and open heart. So we can touch that space in our heart. Maybe put a little smile on our face. And as we breathe in, we can imagine we're breathing in a sense of safety and love. And breathing out, we just let go. And to this we add our objects of refuge in the space in front of us, above us, is the glorious, enlightened white Tara. Either simply Tara, or you can see her surrounded by the 21 Taras. Knowing that Tara is our future attainment, our true nature, inseparable with all the qualities of the Guru, all of our Gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis. We just have to know she's there. We don't have to go out and touch all the different details. And we just feel that this object, this being in front of us, gives us unconditional love. And as we breathe in, we're feeling that unconditional love. It's not only unconditional, but it's also non-objectifying. In other words, not necessarily an experience of subject and object, Tara out there, me in here, but just sort of a non-dual experience of bliss, just great love, and a sense of letting go of tight concepts of who I am. And every time we breathe in, we feel this increasing sense of love. And when we breathe out, this letting go of this tight sensation that is me. Much like a cloud dissolving in the sky, as the sun beats into the cloud, the sun of love is dissolving the cloud of conceptualization and separateness, duality. And as we request the blessings by reciting the Namo Guru Bhag, it's important to feel deeply from the heart this longing to experience the mind and subtle body of Aryatara. It's beyond samsara. So we can take a moment to just feel that longing. To be free and to be able to free all beings. Namo Gurve Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Gurve Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya. Namo Gurve Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya. And every time we breathe in, we feel little droplets of nectar and rays of light pouring in through our crown and filling us up with the experience of clear appearance, divine pride. And we begin to recollect the beings in our personal lives, our father and our mother, all of our family and friends, those passed away, those still with us. And feeling a sense of gratitude, remembering how kind, even in adversity, there is kindness, because that's how we learn. To love everyone, to be patient, to let go. So thinking of these people and wishing them to be free, as well of contaminated aggregates controlled by delusion and karma. And then just letting that spread out to all the sentient beings, to all the bigger problems of the pandemic and the economic situation and the climate situation, all these dire conditions of our time, coming about through our ignorance and our karma, and making a big wish that this community of white Tara practitioners we're so fortunate to be with, that we can spread out solutions that come from wisdom and compassion, skillful means. And so as we breathe in now and we breathe out and let go, that enlightened activity and enlightened experience spreads out to our friends, our family, and to all the sentient beings of all the 6 realms. Realizing that the very best thing we can do is attain enlightenment for all sentient beings. We develop bodhicitta based on gratitude. And a deep understanding of the depth of samsara. And the path to enlightenment. Not forgetting gratitude to the teachers, to the gurus, who show us the path. Make our lives meaningful and show us how to let go of these visions that cause us to create more and more levels of confusion and happiness too. But we want real happiness. Thinking of that, regenerate the bodhicitta. And we can recite together on the first page, in order to attain the fully accomplished state of a Buddha for the sake of all living beings, thou will enter into the sadhana of white Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. And just feel very strongly the blessings of the Buddhas, gurus, white Tara coming into us and out to all sentient beings, giving us a profound sense of determination to attain enlightenment. And to heal ourselves through this practice so that we can better tread that path of inner awakening. And rejoicing how wonderful it is. We can do this together on this afternoon or morning. May all living beings be endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. May all living beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all living beings be endowed with the happiness that is free from suffering. And may all living beings remain in a state of equanimity, free from the mind that attaches to the appearance of inherent existence and the objects that it grasps. So remembering the experience of the sun of bodhicitta dissolving the cloud of grasping at true existence. The prostrations. Gods and asuras with their crowns bow down to your lotus feet. I prostrate to the Mother Tara, liberator of baseless needs. And offering the mandala, offering everything in the whole universe, not only all the wonderful things, but also all of our delusions and the inner mandala, the secret mandala, offering all the bliss and void, offering all the pleasures of the sense objects, offering all the zillions and billions of stuff and all the malls and shops all around the world, all the zillions of cars and all the things, suffering everything, music, the warmth of the sun, delicious foods, everything. Oh, the ground is blessed with scent and with flowers strewn, adorned with Mount Meru, the forelands, sun and moon, transformed as a pure land, and offered may all wandering beings enjoy this Buddha land. All those objects of my mind's three poisons, coveted, friend, foe, and stranger, body, wealth, worldly pleasures, without a feeling of loss, I surrender. Receive them, please, and free all beings from their bondage. Please, Mother Tara, please bless my mind and the mind of all sentient beings to be free from all the wrong views, from incorrect devotion to the virtuous friend up to the subtle dual view of bliss and emptiness, the union of nowhere one. Please bless my mind and the mind of all sentient beings to gain all the realizations and to be free from all outer, inner, secret hindrances and obstacles. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kandiryatayami. And renewing our bodhicitta vow, I take refuge in the three jewels. I regret all my unwholesome deeds. I rejoice in the merit of all beings and keep in mind the mind of enlightenment. I take refuge until complete enlightenment in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the purpose of myself and others, I generate the mind of enlightenment. Having generated the mind of enlightenment, I invite all living beings as my guests, and I will remain in this excellent conduct of the Bodhisattvas. Thereby may I achieve the state of a Buddha in order to benefit all living beings. And then Mother Tara, in the space in front of us, dissolves slowly into the lotus and moon and Tom at her heart. And the lotus into the moon and the Tom slowly up to the very drop at the top of the Tom, which is the essence of Tara's subtle mind and subtle wind. Very, very powerful, like a nuclear blast of energy. And due to our requests and our sincere wish to please be blessed by Mother Tara, then she comes to the crown of our head. This tiny drop comes to the crown of our head, this essence of enlightenment enters into our crown and stays at the crown chakra and shines white light, emanating the sound of Om throughout our bodies. Purifying all the unwholesome karmic imprints related to our physical activities and establishing the seed of the Nirmanakaya. And we feel a lot of bliss as our bodies become one with Tara's holy body. Then it moves down to the throat chakra, spreading out through all the subtle veins. Red light, the sound of awe. The body is completely filled with this red light that purifies all the karmic winds, all the speech. Purifying all the imbalances of the elements, emotions, and we experience the speech, the wind of Tara's holy speech, and establish the seat of the Sambhogakaya. Remembering breathing throughout the whole body, allowing that blissful energy to permeate every subtle wind of the body with red radiating light. From the tips of the toes, tips of the fingers. Then this white drop essence of Mother Tara goes down further and settles into the heart chakra and radiates the purified mind, the holy mind, Dharmakaya mind of Aryatara in the form of blue light and the sound of whom. All grasping at subject objects completely purified. And then we imagine all three centers sparkling, radiating lights and purifying the subtle imprints. The union of the Rupakaya, the Dharmakaya, the Sabhavakaya, the bodies of the Buddha within us. Those seeds are planted. And then the light rays go out from our hearts, touching all the sentient beings, bringing them the same purification, the same relief, the same blessing. And they all become taras and dissolve back into us. And we feel our body gradually dissolve into the heart, into the tum at our heart, where we slowly dissolve into emptiness. Om Sabhava Shuddha Sawadhamma Sabhava Shuddha. Moved by the wind of bodhicitta, from this emptiness appears the syllable pam. It's white, slightly yellow. And that transforms into a white lotus, on top of which, from a white comes a moon disk. On top of that, my own consciousness is in the form of a white tam. This white tam emanates rainbow lights. The light collects back, and I arise as the venerable, wish-fulfilling Aryatara. Emptiness appearing as this light body. The clear white body, one face and two arms. The right hand is in the gesture of supreme giving. My left hand is at my heart and holds between the thumb and ring finger the stem of an Paula flower that blooms at the level of my ear. It has 3 blossoms. The center one is in full bloom, the right one having already bloomed and gone to fruit, and the left one not yet opened, which symbolize the Buddhas of the past, the present, and the future. I'm adorned with jeweled ornaments and clad in a variety of silken garments. My upright body is supported by a moon disk, and I am seated in the Vajra position. I have eyes in the palms of my hands, the soles of my feet, and my third eye. The crown is a white Om, throat is a red my heart is a blue Hum. And at my heart on the moon disk is the white syllable Tam, and that Hum is in the drop of the tongue. And this Tam emanates rays of light inviting from the Patala Buddha field in the south, the wisdom beings, the actual wish-fulfilling Tara, surrounded by an assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And as we recite Za, Hum, Bam, Ho, they gradually dissolve into my visualized experience, and I receive the actual blessings of Aryatara. Za, Hum, Bam, Ho. So we sit for a moment with divine pride and clear appearance of myself as the deity. And we make the prostrations and praises. I prostrate to Mother Tara, the liberator of beings from all cyclic existence, the one who liberates from the 8 worldly fears with Tutare, who frees from all illnesses with Ture. All the wisdom, compassion, and activities of the Buddhas appears in the form of the extremely beautiful goddess. to the one who is brilliantly white, who holds an upala flower in her hand, and who bestows longevity and supreme attainments to sentient beings, I bow. And then at the heart of Tara is an egg-spoked wheel with a hub and 3 rims. So it's lying flat right inside of our heart. And at the center of the moon disk is my own mind as a white tom, encircled by the mantra for increase. Om Tari Tu Tari Turi Mama Ayi Punijana Pushtim Puriye Soha. On the close to that, before the spokes go out, just right at the beginning of the spokes, are the 8 syllables. Tari Tu Tari Turi Swaha. Sorry, it just says Tari Tu Tari Ture Swaha. And then in the inner rim, so then you have the rims that are on the outer edges of the rim of the wheel. Then there are 3 layers there of vowels and mantras. So the first is the vowels that go counterclockwise. Oma a I u ri ri li li a l o am a soha. In the middle rim is the consonants that are arranged clockwise. Om kakakana cha 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 jana cha 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 dana cha 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 dana pa 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 ma ya wa la wa sha 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 ha sha soha. And the outer rim is the dependent arising mantra. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetu tishan tatagata hi avadat tishan chayo niroda evam vadi mahashamani soha. So these are all the nature of light. And as we recite the mantras, then the nectar streams forth from all these letters and filling up all our bodies and goes out to all sentient beings. First, we receive the blessings from Amitayas, who is on the crown of our head, who is, he's actually white in color, but because he shines red light, he appears red. So with 1 face and 2 arms, holding a golden vase filled with the nectar of immortality in the gesture of meditative equipoise. He's clad in silk and jeweled ornaments and sits in the Vajra position. He's adorned at the heart with the red syllable Shri, from which hook-like red rays of light emanate in all the 10 directions, collecting all of the life energies that have been robbed, stolen, or caused to be taken away or scattered by human and non-human beings. So all of our lost lifespan from past lives, we go out and collect that back to create the cause for a longer life, this life. That light ray goes out from his heart and comes back and fills up this vase with the elixir of long life. And then the light rays go out again, collecting the power of the 5 elements, which will heal the imbalances in our body that cause us to be ill. Not only the physical imbalances, but also emotional. And they go out again and bring back all the merit of all the living beings and all the Buddhas and the wealth, all the wealth and goodness, and all the blessings of the body, speech, and mind of the Buddhas are all collected back in the form of rainbow nectars and light rays and absorbed into the vase in the hands and lap of Amitayas. So all this continuous absorption of all this incredible healing nectar, that this vase overflows and enters into my crown opening and comes down to the central channel, to the tom and the wheel, and spreads out through all the spokes of that wheel and the mantras, and fills my entire body. So the outer body is washed, the accumulation of unwholesome imprints and obscurations, all of our illnesses, disturbances, obstacles, all of our karmic imprints are completely purified, restoring our life energies, our merits, purifying the broken vows and commitments, and we attain long life and immortality. So just taking a moment to imagine in your own personal life or the lives of those we're doing this for, what needs to be healed. And imagining that being brought into that vase and pouring into us. Om tare tu re mama ayur punitana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re mama ayur punitana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kurye soha. Om tare tu re mama ayu punijana pushtim kurye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu Maya punyajanya pushtim kuriye soha. Punyajanya pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re soha. Om tare tu ma punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana pushtim kuriye soha. Om tare tu re Mama ayu punijana jana pushtim kuriye soha. Om Tare tu re mama. Ayurvani jana pushtim kuriye soha. Om Tare tu re mama.
Ayaponi
Jana pushtim kuriye soha.
Om Tare tu re ma
Tare tu re mama. Ayurvani jana pushtim kuriye so. Okay, great. Thanks, Steph. Okay, so now we visualize the protection wheel outside of ourselves, huge big protection wheel. It cuts away all obstacles. It turns clockwise extremely fast, cutting away all the obstacles, delusions, hindrances to myself and all sentient beings. And tongues of flames of light rays burn and swirl, and thus all the disturbing forces are completely burnt like feathers in the fire. Then we begin the visualization of the colored circles, eggs, shaped protections, powers coming. So from the wheel, the mantras of my heart, white rays of light emanate, filling my entire body with the power of pacification, pacifying our illnesses, our unwholesome karmic imprints, disturbances, obscurations, and all the obstacles to life, for that and for those who we're praying for. And these rays of light go out and pores in my body and form a white circle of light outside of myself, bringing the accomplishment of peaceful activities. And for this, we recite a simple Tara mantra, Om Tari 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 Soha. And as we do that, we just concentrate on pacification. And then the white light rays turn to yellow, filling the body with the white light, bringing about the activity of increase, increasing life, increasing health, increasing merit, increasing our wisdom, our compassion, increasing giving, morality, ethical behavior, patience, our joyous effort, our stability of concentration, our understanding of emptiness, our capacity to study and listen and transform our lives, bringing a capacity to increase realizations, not just understanding, increasing, and then in the wider world, increasing peace, increasing political cooperation, compassion, economic stability and sanity, and just bring some sanity, bringing the increasing sanity to this world. In the realm of climate and poverty and war and throughout all the lives of all the beings, not just humans, but all the realms. Om Jari. And then the yellow light rays transform into the red rays, bringing about the accomplishment of activities of control and magnetizing, bringing myself under control, my judgment transforming to acceptance, controlling so that I accept myself and love other beings, and controlling those, dissolving those tendencies, our patterns that cause disharmony amongst ourselves and others. Bringing about being able to control our own lives. And in a wider world, controlling the forces that are leading us to total disaster of the climate, the economics, the pandemic, the wars, the poverty, the strife amongst humans, the everything in the world today that is so powerful and strong, bringing all that under control of wisdom, compassion, and skillful means. Controlling the greed and controlling all these things. Forming a circle of light outside the yellow circle with the flowers in between. And the red rays of light transform into dark blue rays, endowing me with the power and energy to achieve all the wrathful activities of destruction, destroying the pandemic, destroying the disharmony in the world, destroying the causes of the climate change, and destroying all the disharmony in the homes and the hatred and the delusions in the mind of all sentient beings. And this then forms the blue circle outside the red one, destroying all of our delusions and obstacles, particularly that of experiencing duality and thinking that things are out there instead of just dependent arising, the cause of the victim and the perpetrator duality that brings so much problems in the world. Just karma. And then the blue rays turn to green, bringing forth all the power to achieve all the activities in our personal life, in the lives of our friends, and the Dharma centers, and in all the greater world. Powerful, powerful enlightened activities. And the green rays turn to the next level of color, your choice, bringing about stability. Brown, or a shade of brown or maroon into purple, puce, whatever color you wish to see, in that realm of stability. Bringing about stability, stabilizing, peace, increase, control, destructive breath activities, and stabilizing our own path, our own mind, our mental, emotional, physical stability, stability of concentration, remembrance, and awareness. And all remembering all the 6 circles are egg-shaped. with flowers in between, all of them in light, not forgetting our own divine pride and clear appearance. Focusing on the whole visualization from the top of my heart all the way out to the protection wheels. Dare tu re so 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 dare tu re so. Reflecting again on divine pride and clear appearance. Recite the 100-syllable mantra. Om Padmasava Samaya Manupalaya Padmasava Dina Patita Didome Bhava Sutochaya Me Bhava Supokaya Me Bhava Anarato Me Bhava Sarvasiddhi Me Payata Sarvakarma Suchame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavan Sarvatata Padma Mami Mutta Padma Bhava Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. But whatever mistakes I've made because of not knowing or lacking ability or not finding the proper materials, please be patient with all of these. And then once again, we make offerings. Om to the supremely noble goddess, I offer actual and imaginary substances. Water for drinking and bathing, flowers, incense, lights, perfume, food, and music. Outer, inner, secret suchness offerings, the pleasures of the five senses, auspicious symbols, all the prosperity and magnificence of gods and humans. Samantabhaja's ocean of offering clouds, remembering that they are all dependent arising. Myself empty, offerings empty, act of giving empty. And then we can recite the praises. All the wisdom, compassion, and activities of the Buddhas appears in the form of an extremely beautiful goddess to the one who is brilliantly right, who holds an upala flower in her hand and who bestows longevity and supreme attainments to sentient beings, I bow. Since mother sentient beings are unaware that they themselves are the Dharmakaya, their minds are navigated by afflictive emotions as they wander adrift through cyclic existence. Mother Goddess, please protect them. Dharma has not yet arisen from the depths of some beings' hearts. By adhering to mundane words, they're deceived by erroneous philosophies. Authentic Mother Goddess, please protect them. Having seen the nature of mind itself, so difficult to recognize, some still do not habituate it, but remain distracted by negative activities. Mindful Mother Goddess, please protect them. Regardless of what they do, some remain shackled by their habitual pattern of dualistic grasping at the self-arising mind of non-dual wisdom. Goddess of the mind of non-duality, please protect them. Although they dwell in the absolute truth, some are ignorant of the interdependence of cause and effect and confused by the meaning of that which should be understood. Omniscient Mother Goddess, please protect them. Certain individuals do not yet comprehend that by possessing an innate space-like nature free of mental concepts, all phenomena are inseparable from space. Perfectly enlightened Mother, please protect them. And then the dissolution from the syllable at the tom at my heart, rays of light emanate. And the whole of the environment dissolves into light. As the light rays come back to all the different layers of the colors of the powers, and they dissolve one by one into each other. Into me, and dissolve into the wheel at the heart. Each rim dissolves into each mantra circle dissolves into the next, down to the one around the heart, and the whole wheel dissolves. And there's left the moon and the tongue. And the moon dissolves into the tongue. And then slowly by stages, the tongue dissolves from the bottom up, going through the dissolution phases into the Dharmakaya. And then moved by the mind of bodhicitta, out of emptiness I arise as the Lady Tara, then Om at the crown, Ah at the throat, and the heart at the home. And if we have images, then we ask the wisdom beings to dissolve into our images. By residing for the benefit of all living beings, please bestow your blessings of health, life, energies, power, and supreme attainments. Om Pratishtha Vajra Soha. If we have no images, then by saying Om Vajramu, they return to their natural abodes. Om Vajramu. Dedication. To the merit collected by this practice, may I quickly attain the state of a wish-fulfilling Aryatara. May I lead all living beings without exception to her state of enlightenment. When the signs of untimely death appear, by instantly seeing the form of the wish-fulfilling wheel, the power of the Lord of Death is eliminated. May I swiftly attain the state of a knowledge holder of immortality. To the roots of merit accumulated, by this meditation, recitation, praises, and offerings to the Venerable Tara, may all obstacles, interferences, evils, and disturbances be pacified, and may I enjoy the glory of immortality. By merely seeing your body, hearing your speech, and remembering you, all signs of untimely death are destroyed. In all my lifetimes, may I be guided by the Venerable Tara. May I be able to enjoy the holy Dharma. May I swiftly attain the activities of pacification, increased power, destruction, activities, 8 cities, stability, so forth. May I quickly attain the common and supreme attainments, and may all my hopes and wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Whoever holds the sweet dew of nectar of immortality, the sadhana of the white upala flower in the palms of their hands, respectfully, Aryatara will rejoice in that fortunate being. And then remembering the 3 circles of emptiness as we dedicate with bodhicitta, that whatever bodhicitta has been generated, may it never decline. And may it continue to arise and grow throughout our lifetimes and take us to enlightenment. May we swiftly become White Tara with all of her activities. And we dedicate for the long lives of all of our teachers, particularly His Holiness Dalai Lama, Kemche Zopa Rinpoche, the health and well-being and long life of all of them, and also Hita and all of our teachers, all the beings that are making the world a better place, and for the prosperity of the Dharma centers, and for there to be harmony in all the Dharma centers, and for them to have all the physical and human resources they need. And may the Dharma continue to flourish in the West, and may we be able to understand it quite in a very deep way and use it to transform our lives and the lives of other sentient beings. And for world peace and climate justice and the end of the pandemic, and for the vaccine to be given to everyone on this planet. And for us to all thrive and be healthy and find solutions to our problems, and may you all be happy. And thank you so much for coming. I've lost the screen, so I don't know. I can't see any of you. So anyway, thank you so much. And thank you.